Positions, organizations, and job assignments. Building a hierarchy structure within your Tocher site by adding positions and organizations is a great way to extend the flexibility of your LMS. However, keep in mind that you are not required or even have to have either hierarchy in place. When trying to wrap your mind around what exactly positions and organizations are, try not to overthink it. Think of them simply as a way to define the people you will be loading into your LMS. We then use these definitions to build reports, add filters, and even build audiences. Let's take a moment to explore positions. Positions typically define job roles that make up your company. However, they don't have to. Reasons that you might use positions would be to give yourself more flexible reporting, and you can easily build dynamic audiences based on your positions and structure your site to match your company. This is very basic, but common graphical representation of what a positional hierarchy may look like. We begin at the top with the CEO. From there, we would begin with the highest ranking position in the company that will likely be taking training or need to see reports about those below them within the LMS. In our example, we begin under the CEO with regional manager, working our way down through the management chain to the frontline associate. To build your positional structure, go to the Site Administration menu and then Positions. First, you must build a framework. The framework is simply the bucket that holds all of your positions. It is likely that you will only have one positional framework. To add your framework, click Add New Position Framework. From here, give your framework a name. Also, give your framework an ID number. The ID number can be letters, numbers, or a combination of both. The ID number will be used if utilizing HR import to build or maintain your positional hierarchy. Note that if you're using HR import to build your hierarchies, you must first manually build your framework. Once completed, hit Save Changes. Once you have saved your changes, click on the framework you just built. Click Add New Position and input your first position. From our previous example, it will be CEO. Then provide an ID number, then click Save Changes. Once you have saved your changes, you will see your position has been created. Then click Return to Position Framework. Select Add New Position again. This time, you should see a drop-down box labeled Parent. If you would like the next position to be below the position you just built, select the position you just built from the Parent drop-down menu. If it should be on the same level, leave it at top. Like before, provide a name and ID number for your new position. Save changes and then select Return to your framework. Continue this process until your positional structure is completely built, or you can utilize HR import to load your positions. If there are multiple child positions under the same parent position, you can also utilize the bulk add option. Let's now take a moment to explore organizations. Organizations can define a variety of things depending on your need and use case. Typically, they are used to define regions, departments, groups, areas, or teams that make up your organization. Like positions, organizations give you the possibility of flexible reporting and easily built dynamic audiences. It also gives you the ability to structure your Tocher site to match your company. As with the positional depiction, this is a very basic but common graphical representation of what an organizational hierarchy may look like. Again, we begin at the top. Here, we're just using company as a substitute for a company name. Your system administrators would likely have this assigned as their organization. From there, we break it down by city or region, districts within those regions, and individual units within those districts. The organization will define where a person fits within your organization. To build your organizational hierarchy, Click the Site Administration menu and then Organizations. As with your positions, you will likely only have one and must build the organizational framework first. This is the bucket that holds all of your organizations. An example of when you could have multiple frameworks would be if an organization had a committee-subcommittee structure that employees participated in addition to their normal responsibilities. To add your framework, click Add New Organization Framework. Give your framework a name. Also give your framework an ID number. The ID number can be letters, numbers, or a combination of both. The ID number will be used if utilizing HR import to build or maintain your organizational hierarchy. Note that if you're using HR import to build your hierarchies, you must first manually build your framework. Then, you have the ability to add a description and then click Save Changes. Once you have saved your changes, click on the framework you just built. Then click Add New Organization. Input your first organization. In my example, it would be Company. Then provide an ID number and click Save Changes. Once you have saved your changes, you will see your organization has been created. Then click Return to Organization Framework and select Add New Organization again. This time, you should see the parent drop-down menu. If you would like the next organization to be below the organization you just built, select the organization you just built from the parent drop-down menu. If it should be on the same level, leave it at top. Then provide a name and ID number for the new organization. Then click Save Changes and then select Return to your framework. Continue this process until your organizational structure is completely built. Or you can utilize HR import to load your positions. The bulk add feature is also available here like it was with positions. Assuming you have users set up on your site, we now have three separate pieces of information: users, positions, and organizations. We can now combine these elements together to create a user's job assignment. For example, we have our user, John Smith. John's job title at his organization and his location in the positional hierarchy is Assistant Manager. His physical location within the organizational hierarchy is 0325 Unit. We can also set a manager for John as well as a start and end date. To create a job assignment, we'll go to Site Administration, Users. Locate the user that you would like to assign a position and organization to. Click on their name to access their profile. Then locate the job assignments area of the user's profile. If the user already has a position and/or organization assigned to them, you should see them listed here. If not, click Add Job Assignment. You can choose to name your job assignment or to leave it blank. If you leave it blank, it will automatically name itself Unnamed Job Assignment. For our example, I'm going to call this Job Assignment. Then provide an ID number. The ID number is unique to the individual, not unique to the job assignment. Then scroll down and select Choose Position. Clicking this will prompt a dialog box where you can locate the appropriate position. I'm going to make this learner a frontline associate. Next, click Choose Organization. This will also prompt a dialog box with your organizations. I am going to choose that this individual works within one of my units. From this screen, I can also select the user's manager or temporary manager if necessary. We'll also check the HR import box so this can be easily edited in the future. Once you are finished filling out the information you know about the user, click Add Job Assignment. Once you have added the job assignment, you have the ability to add an additional job assignment if necessary. This can be used to create dotted line reporting relationships or to track secondary functions like committee membership.